What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadskii, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the teams that I have right now that are able to clear level 50 to level 52 of the current Kizuna mode. Now, the Kizuna I know is about to end. It ends in like 24 hours or a little over 24 hours or so. But I just wanted to show you guys the teams that I have because they're pretty cool teams. Of course, with the list, you want to be utilizing these type of characters, of course. Now, out of this list, not all of them are overly useful. I'd say the most useful ones are like Komurasaki, Nami, Okiku. Like the whole top row is very good. Carrot is okay. I guess mainly the ones near the bottom aren't as useful. Like Hiroshira, I'd say probably doesn't see that much play in this Kizuna mode. The new Chopper doesn't, the new Brook probably doesn't, and I guess you could still use V2 Lucci for something, but predominantly the top half of that list is very good. And of course, if you were lucky enough to pull this Monet, or you have access to many friend captains with this Monet, that's also going to be really, really good for your account. Also, something very specific about this Kizuna that makes it so valuable to rank high in is of the treasure list. So what I usually like to do is I like to get to box 7, stock up all my tickets, and then once the Kizuna finishes, then I just go ahead and go ham and spend them all on this last box. Now, I've only just reached 600 tickets, which means I can buy out everything in this first box. Hopefully, I can get a little bit more than that so I can get more rewards, of course. But in this specific treasure box, you can see with box 7, you can get a lot of really good rewards here. The first things first is the tablets. You can see that there are 6 of every single tablet. Now, we have not had a Kizuna mode where they've given us that many tablets ever, really. The most that we've ever gotten in a Kizuna is the first one that dropped, which gave us 5 of each in that specific box. Most of the time nowadays, it's either 2 or 3 of each in a box. The thing is, though, in the bottom right-hand corner, you can see that we only get 600 items compared to the normal 500, so you get more items accessible here, but there are more tablets, which is really good. When you scroll down a little bit more, where is it? You'll see that there are also support medals here. So at the top there with those golden chests, you get the strong ties and the ultimate bond proof of friendship medals, which is really good. Of course, the ultimate bond is the guaranteed support medal, and the strong ties are just the generic ones, which in my opinion have about a 50% chance of activating, maybe a little bit less, but that's really good. They have support medals active here. So if you need support medals, make sure to go ahead and stock up these tickets, buy out all these items here. It's going to be good. I really like the fact that they've done this. I don't know if this is going to be a limited time thing only for this specific Kizuna because it came around Christmas time on JP, or if this is going to be a current trend moving forward. I would say it's probably just going to be just for this specific Kizuna mode, but I would like it to be a common thing to move forward and get this many tablets and support medals accessible here in the treasure box. That would be awesome. But either way, that's just the quick breakdown of this current Kizuna mode. It looks very, very interesting. Make sure to go ahead and get to box 7. Max out this Shirahoshi. She's really good for the current Warple event that's on Global right now. And of course, there's lots of rewards to get access to. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the Kizuna. This is by no means the most perfect teams in order to clear this content, but I'm just going to be showing you guys the teams that I built in order to take down all of these bosses. All of these teams are able to deal over 100 million damage, which is pretty good. So the first team that you guys are seeing is utilizing one of the most recent batches to arrive on Global, being the V2 Nami and Komurasaki batch. Along with that, we also have the Okiku, which is really good for color affinity. We also have the new treasure map Robin to remove the rainbow shield on stage 2, and we also use limited rare recruit Vivi also on stage 2. So by using her special, if we hit 2 perfects, we can carry a 3x chain lock into the following stage, and because of the special interrupt of stage 3 of this particular boss fight, you're not allowed to use a chain lock on this particular stage, so it makes sense to use a multi-turn chain locker or to use a special like Vivi, which will give you a certain buff after you hit a certain amount of perfects. And because every single unit on this team is on the boosted list, aside from Vivi herself, this team just does crazy amounts of damage, like upwards of 140 million plus damage, which is very, very good. Also, because I recently pulled Komurasaki myself, I also have her on the team. She doesn't really, benefit the team that much, just she's a stat booster. But it's nice if you do need a specific orb in order to break through the barrier. Obviously, it's better to have that orb on the Vivi because she doesn't do as much damage as the other characters on this team. So you can get 2 different chances for orb manipulation, and if you do get really bad orbs, you can just go ahead and reset the app and get 2 more chances to get the orbs that you require. Either way, this team is very, very comfortable and been serving very, very well thus far. The following team is against the Dex variation, and this team has not changed since I made the initial video about the Kizuna Shirahoshi. So with this team, we've got the Cat Dog Captain with the Friend Sabo Coalla. That gives us a very nice combination of damage there. We've also got the KonradCurze to help us reduce the cooldowns of our top and bottom row once we reach stage 3 because of the preemptive attack. Our top and bottom row get their special cooldowns reduced, so we want to make sure that they get reduced so that we are able to use their specials. Though, make sure to use the Magellan special before you activate KonradCurze, because remember, when you use KonradCurze special, not only does he reduce your crew's cooldowns, but he also gives a conditional boost. So you want to make sure that you use the conditional boost of Magellan prior to using KonradCurze. That's very, very important. Otherwise, you're just going to miss out on 1.75 times extra damage, right? You've got Crocodile for all manipulation, but in this situation here where we get the mini boss, I don't think it actually matters. I think we get a full board of Rainbow Orbs, so it doesn't really matter. But Croc special is very, very good. We also have the Vivian Rebecca for color affinity. Another thing as well is that I am running Legend Cracker as a support character on this KonradCurze, because he'll actually give us a chain boost, which is very good when we reach the final boss stage, because when we use Crocodile to get rid of the chain lock that gets inflicted, he also ups our chain, and it's very, very obscure and kind of hard to convey how this actually works, but Crocodile's chain lock and Cracker's chain boost actually do stack, and you do get like the chain boosting effects of both characters. Normally that does not work that way, but Crocodile is a little bit of an exception to that rule. If you guys understand what Crocodile actually does, you would understand as to why that is the case. But either way, Cracker support with that Crocodile sub actually works very, very well for enhancing your chain multiplier, and that's how this team's able to do. I think it does around 130 million damage-ish, 120 to 130 million damage. Definitely the weakest of the teams you guys are seeing here today, but either way, it does get the job done. Huh? The final team is going to be against the Psy variation, utilizing Halloween Ace as a friend captain with V to Akainu captain. This team has not changed since the initial video that I made about Kizuna Shirahoshi. This team does so much damage. Like, this team does, I think, more than the V2 Nami team, I'm pretty sure. So you've got so much going on here. Make sure also, by the way, to go ahead and use Otama's special first when you reach stage 3. Otherwise, things are going to go bad, because you got to remember that she actually removes chain lock on your team. So if you use Big Mom before you use Otama, when you eventually use Otama, she's going to remove the chain lock that Big Mom inflicts to your team. So you got to be very, very careful in the way you launch the specials. Also, make sure that you have at least a couple of matching orbs when you are going ahead and dealing with Robin on stage 2. Otherwise, you won't have enough damage output to KO her to then get the color affinity in the following turn. Halloween Nami is probably the most perfect unit to bring for this particular boss fight, just because of that multi-turn color affinity and also barrier penetration to get through that perfect barrier. And then obviously we just launch all of our specials. Make sure to use Otama first, and you're not going to have any issues. So anyways, that is going to conclude this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video today, and if you guys did, make sure to hit the like button. And if you want to stay up to date with all of the content that I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. But on that, guys, I will see you guys within the next video.